Hello everyone, welcome to Dr. Rajkumar's Learning App, myself Subramanya. In this session, we shall have a discussion on topic directions. To crack this topic, one should know the concept of direction and subdirection along with the direction concepts, that is left and right aspects. Let's study the real meaning of it in detail now. On moving to a first slide, we have a direction chart showing 4 main direction and 4 subdirection. Let's see what are they, okay? We have north, south, east and west in a primemost directions, and northwest, northeast, southwest and southeast as a secondary directions. Usually the sun rises in east direction. Let us understand the concept of left and right side with respect to each direction concept. Moving on to our next slide, we have understanding the concept of left and right direction with respect to different main directions. See, if you are moving in north direction from the origin point, your left hand will be in left hand side and right hand will be in a right side. In a north direction, left will be in left side itself and right will be in a right side itself. If you are moving in south direction, then your right hand will be in left hand side and your left hand will be in a right hand side. That is, the case will be vice versa, right? If you are moving in north direction, your left hand will be in left hand side and your right hand will be in right hand side. But in the case of south, if you are moving in south direction, your right hand will be in left hand side and left hand will be in right hand side. Similarly, if you are in horizontal plane, if you are moving in each side from the origin point, your right hand will be in a bottom side and your left hand will be in top side. Similarly, from the origin point, if you are moving in west direction, then your right hand will be in top side and left hand will be in a bottom side. This is the most important thing which need to be remembered to solve the problems of directions. Moving on to our first problem now. Problem number 1. Raju starts walking towards south from point X, and after walking 70 meter, he turns to his right and walks 40 meter and reaches to point Y. In which direction is he with respect to starting point? Okay. Options are northwest, southwest, southeast, northeast, none of these. Let's study how to crack this problem now. Raju is starting his walking from point X. So point X will be the starting point of this problem. Raju is walking towards south direction from point X. From point X, Raju is traveling in south direction. After traveling 70 meter, he is turning to his right and walks 40 meter. Please remember, in south direction, right means left and left means right. So he need to turn to left side for moving right direction now. In right direction, he walks 40 meter and reaches the point Y. They are asking in which direction is he from the starting point. Here you are supposed to see the Raju from the starting point. If you view the Raju from the starting point, he will be in a southwest direction. So the right option for this question is option B, southwest direction. Moving on to our next problem, we have city A is 20 km to the north of city B. City C is 18 km to the east of city B. City D is 12 km to the west of city A. If Bhaskar starts from city C and goes to city D, in which direction is he from the starting point? The options are south, northeast, so northwest, north and southwest. City A is 20 km to the north of city B. There is city B. From city B, city A is in a far distance of 20 km. That too in a north direction they are telling. Next, city C is 18 km to the east of city B. Okay, we have the city B here. From the city B, city C is 18 km to the east. East means going in a right direction. Then again another city, city D is 12 km to the west of city A. City D is situated in a west direction, that is 12 km away from city A. A person by name Bhaskar is traveling from city C to city D now. The main question is in which direction is he from the starting point? If you look the Bhaskar from starting point, he will be in a northwest direction. So the right answer for this problem is northwest. Moving on to our next problem. Early morning after sunrise, Menaka was standing in front of her house in such a way that her shadow was falling exactly behind her. She starts walking straight and walks 8 meter. She turns to her left and walks 5 meter, and again turning to her left walks 4 meter. Now in which direction is she from her starting point? Right, early morning, as we know, sun rises in east direction. Menaka was standing in front of her house in such a way that her shadow should exactly fall behind her. Her shadow is falling behind her means she is in a direction of a sunrise. That means she is facing towards east direction. In east direction, she starts moving right and walks 8 meters. She walks 8 meters in a east direction. After crossing 8 meters in east direction, she is turning towards her left. In east direction, left means moving topwards. By moving topwards, she travels a 5 meter distance. By traveling 5 meter distance, now she is in north direction. In north direction, again she turns to her left and walks 4 meter. In north direction, left means left itself. In north direction, left means left itself. In left direction, she travels again 4 meter and stops there. The question is, in which direction is she from the starting point? Okay, from the starting point, she is now in northeast direction. The right option for this question is option C. Moving on to our very next problem. P, Q, R and S playing carom board. Here 4 persons are playing carom board in such a way that P and Q are partners. If P faces towards west, S faces towards north, who will face towards south direction? Options are S, P, R, Q and none of these. On looking at the hint we have here, there are 4 persons playing carom board in such a way that P is facing towards west direction. They have given already the partner of P is Q and S faces north direction. If you clearly observe here, S is facing in a north direction and the only remaining person is R and he should face the south direction. So the right option for this question is option C. Problem number 5. I am facing south. I turn right and walks 20 meter. Then I turn right again and walks 10 meter. Then I turn left and walks 10 meter. And then turning right walks 20 meter. Then I turn right again and walks 60 meter. In which direction is I from the starting point? The options are northeast, north, northwest, southeast and none of these. Here a person by name I is facing in a south direction. He is just facing a south direction but he is not moving in a south direction. Start this problem. At first he turns to his right by 20 meter. Okay, by turning right he walks 20 meter. In the south direction, right means moving in left direction. By moving left direction to the right aspect, he walked 20 meter. Now he is in a west direction. Then he turned right and again walks 10 meter. In west direction, turning right means moving to top as already we discussed. Now he is in a north direction. In north direction, left means left and right means right. Here the condition is turning left. By turning left, here he walked 10 meters. Now he is in west direction. In west direction, right means top and left means bottom. Then turning right and walks 20 meters. In west direction, turning right means moving topward. So by moving topward, he traveled 20 meters. Now he is in north direction. North direction means left is left and right is right. Then turning right, again he walks 60 meters. Now the question is, in which direction is I from the starting point? If you clearly observe the plots here, from the starting point, I will be in northeast direction. So the right option for this question is option A. Moving on to our next problem. Naveen travels 25 meters south, then he turns left and travels 30 meters, then turns right and travels 15 meters. How far is he from the starting point and in which direction with respect to starting point? The options followed here is 50 meters south, 25 meters southeast, 25 meters southwest, 50 meters southeast and 25 meters southeast. Let's plot the graph now. Naveen is traveling 25 meters towards south from the starting point. Naveen is traveling 25 meters south. In south direction, left means right and right means left. Now he is taking a left turn. Left turn means moving in right direction. By moving right direction, he travels again 30 meters. Now he is in east direction. In east direction, turning right means moving bottom. By moving bottom, he is traveling a distance of 15 meters. The question is how far he is from the starting point and in which direction he is facing with respect to starting point. Here we have to calculate the distance between starting point and end point first, and then we need to carry out in which direction is E from the starting point. Here, to find the distance between starting point and ending point, we can utilize the concept Pythagoras theorem. By the help of Pythagoras theorem, we can create an imaginary triangle. By the help of imaginary triangle, we can easily find out the hypotenuse distance or a shortest distance between starting point and ending point. Here is the imaginary triangle we have drawn from the previous plots. We have ABC, where AB is equal to 40 meters and BC is equal to 30 meters, and the shortest distance we require is AC, that is from starting point to end point. And applying Pythagoras theorem to the imaginary triangle, we have the distance between starting point and end point as 50 meters. The right option for this question is option 50 meters. Moving on to our next problem. Chaitanya walks from A to B, which is 4 kilometers away, turns right at 90 degree and walks for 6 kilometers to point C, turns right at 90 degree and walks to D, which is 12 kilometers away, turns 90 degree right and goes 6 kilometers to point E. Then once again she turns right 90 degree and walks 5 kilometers to point M. How far is it from A to M? Okay, the options are 3 kilometers, 5 kilometers, 4.5 kilometers, 2 kilometers and 2.5 kilometers. Let us see how to crack this problem now. Chaitanya started his walk from point A and he reached point B, which is 4 kilometers away. After reaching 4 kilometers away, she is turning right at 90 degree and walks 6 kilometers to point C. Chaitanya started his journey from point A and reached point B, which is 4 kilometers away. On reaching point B, he turned right and walked 6 kilometers to reach the point C. From point C, he is turning at 90 degree and walks to point D, which is 12 kilometers away. See here, from point C, he turned at right angle and walked for 12 kilometers to reach the point D. Now from the point D, he turns 6 kilometers to point E. By turning right, he turns to 90 degree and goes for 6 kilometers to reach the point E. Now he is in a north side direction. Then once again turning right at 90 degree, he walks for 5 kilometers to point M. Now the question is, how far is the distance between A and M? The distance between D and C can be splitted into 5 kilometers, 3 kilometers and 4 kilometers. As we are having reference for 5 kilometers and 4 kilometers, we can clearly plot the distance of M and A. So the remaining distance will be the distance of M and A. The remaining distance between M and A will be 3 kilometers. So the right option for this problem is option A, 3 kilometers. Moving on to our next problem. Pawan starts from point A and walks 5 kilometers towards north. Turns right and walks 5 kilometers. Then he turns right again and walks 5 kilometers. Now in which direction is he facing? The options followed here is north, south, southeast, northwest and none of these. At first, Pawan starts his journey from point A. Point A will be the starting point. From point A, he traveled 5 kilometers towards north. Now he is in north direction. By turning right in north direction, he traveled 5 kilometers. Then turning to his right, again he walks 5 kilometers. Now he is in west direction. In west direction, turning right means he need to move in bottom direction. By moving bottom, he traveled 5 kilometers. In which direction he is facing now? Here they are not asking in which direction is he from the starting point, but they are asking only in which direction he was facing at the last point. At the last point he was facing in a south direction. So the right option for this question is answer B. With this, we are ending direction concept. Keep practicing direction concept. We shall discuss some more interesting topic in next sessions. Thank you.